So today we are going to review factors and multiples. You have some charts and some papers that we're going to be working on together. Here's how we're going to start this. First, go ahead and look at this chart with me. We're going to start with multiples first. So multiples, here is a definition for us again. The product of a given number and another factor multiplied together. Okay, so this is the given number. This is the other number. This product is the multiple. So 4 times 9 is 36. 36 is a multiple of 4. 36 is also a multiple of 9. 36 is the 9th multiple of 4. And it is the 4th multiple of 9. Sorry. So here are ways you can find multiples. So, like I was talking about before, just simply multiplying by each number all the way down. We're finding multiples of 4, so we're going to start with 4, and we're going to multiply by each number all the way down, or all the way up. And all of these numbers are the multiples of that number, okay? So it says here 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, and so on are multiples of 4. Another thing is you can think about it as skip counting. If you're not quite sure about just listing all the factors, you can always skip count, okay? So that is how we can solve multiples, all right? So keeping this chart handy, we're going to go ahead and look at this Venn diagram now. And so our directions are to write each number in the correct section of the Venn diagram. So we're looking for multiples of 3, multiples of 4, and multiples of 8. So how this Venn diagram works is all the numbers that are only multiples of 3 will go here. All the numbers that are only multiples of 4 will go here. All the ones that are only multiples of 8 will go here. But the multiples that 3 and 8 share will go here. The multiples that 4 and 8 share will go here. Multiples 3 and 4 share will go here. And the multiples that all 3 numbers share will go there. So they have a list of numbers up here. Instead of, though, asking myself, 3, is that a multiple of 3? Is that a multiple of 4? Is that a multiple of 8? I think I'm just going to go ahead and list about like the first. I'm going to go ahead and just list the first 5 multiples of each number. So let's go ahead and start with my multiples of 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with that. So 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 3 times 5, okay? So that gives me 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, okay? So now I've got my multiples of 4. Let's go ahead and get the first 5 multiples of 4 now. 4 times 1, 4 times 2, 4 times 3, 4 times 4, and 4 times 5. So that gives us 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. These are all multiples of 4. And then finally, we need multiples of 8. So 8 times 1, 8 times 2, 8 times 3, 8 times 4, and 8 times 5. And I get 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and look here. All right, so multiples of 3, if we look at the first one, they're asking just about the number 3. Well, if I check my list, I only see 3 under multiples of 3, and that's 3 times 1. So I am going to go ahead and put this 3 here, okay? And then I see, let's go ahead and look at this. Let's go ahead and look at this for this 20. So 20, do I see 20 on my list anywhere? Yep, I see it at 4 times 5, but I don't see it on any of my 8 lists, and I don't see it on any of my 3s, so I'm just going to put the 20 here. Okay, the next one I want to look at is 40. I'm going to skip over to 40. So I have 8 times 5 gives me 40, but you know, I know that 4 times 10 gives me 40. I know that already. So I could have gone ahead and just listed all my factors up to 10. If you're more comfortable with doing that, going ahead and adding all of those in there to make sure you don't miss anything, go for it. It's not bad practice, that's for sure. So go ahead and do that if you are more comfortable with that. But I know that 4 times 10, I know that gives me 40. And I know that 8 times 5 gives me 40. So I'm comfortable with putting my 40 in this part right here because I have multiples of 4 and multiples of 8, and Venn diagrams work that both goes in the middle. Okay? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pause on this one. You can go ahead and finish the rest when the video is finished. So you're going ahead and checking your list. If you know in your heart that it really isn't just that factor, go ahead and put all your multiples up to like 10 or something. Won't take you very long. Just go ahead and get all those multiples up there. You can always skip count if you get to something that you're a little stuck on. So say you get up to 4 times 8 and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what that is. Just skip count 4 more from the last one you do know, okay? So you can always do that. Let's go ahead now and spend some time looking at factors. All right, so factors, we're going to look back at that chart now. So factors are 2 factors are multiplied together to get a product. So the 2 numbers that are multiplied together to get an answer those are the factors. So there's 2 ways you can think about this. You can make kind of like a table like this, or you can ask yourself, what can I multiply together, so the factors, to get my number of products, okay? So they went ahead and listed out. This is all cleaned up, so we don't have the 3 times question mark that we had before because it's already all cleaned up. So the numbers are 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32 are all factors of 32. So another question you might have are, what numbers can I divide evenly into my number? You can also think about it using division. So can I do 32 divided by 1? Can I do 32 divided by 2? And as we get closer to learning more about division, that'll make some more sense. But if you are ready for that, go ahead and go for it. If not, fine as pie. So I want to look at the rainbow factors paper that we have. All right, we're going to look at that paper. So I'm going to go ahead and start with 30. I'm looking for all of the factors of 30. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to list 30. And I'm going to ask myself, is there 1 times anything that gives me 30? Well, 1 times 30. Is there 2 times anything that gives me 30? Well, I don't know that as a basic fact, because I only know, really know 2 times 12 gives me 24. But I do know that any number that ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8 is divisible by 2. All even numbers are divisible by 2. So I'm going to ask myself, I know that 2 times 12 gives me 24. So that means that 2 times 13 gives me 26. 2 times 14 gives me 28. So 2 times 15 must give me 30, okay? 3 times anything give me 30? Yep, 3 times 10 gives me 30. Does 4 times anything give me 30? I'm not sure, so I'm going to go ahead and draw some groups out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I still have these 2 groups have 2 less than those. So No way. No 4 times 30. What about 5? 5 times anything gives you 30? Yes, sirree. 6. And then 6 times 5 gives me 30 as well. Okay, I ran into a duplicate. So now I know that I've gotten all my numbers because I ran into a duplicate. So I'm going to go ahead and circle all these. 1, 30, 2, 15, 3, 10, 5, and 6. And now I'm going to fill in my rainbow. So how this goes with the rainbow is these ones match. So these ones match. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 and 30 here. And these ones match. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 and 15. So in this case, you are doing factor pairs. And these ones match. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 3 and 10. And finally, these ones match. So I'm going to put my 5 and my 6, okay? So I have that there. I'm going to do one more with you, and then the rest will be on your own. But if you do need help after this, you can always go back to this video. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this one right here, the number 15. So let's go ahead and start listing factors for the number 15. So, all right, so 1 times what gives me 15? Well, of course, 15. 2 times anything gives me 15. It is an odd number, so no. Does 3 times anything give me 15? Well, 5, 10, 15. Yep. 3 times 5. Does 4 times anything give me 15? That doesn't sound right. Nope. 5 times anything? Yep. 3. So, I've already run into that one before. That one's a duplicate, so I know I'm done. I'm going to go through and look at my factors. 1 and 15, 3 and 5, and that's it. So, looking at my rainbow, I know I'm right because I got only 2 sets of factor pairs here. So, I'm going to put 1 and 15 here, and I'm going to go ahead and put 3 and 5 there. Okay, so that's where we've got for our factors and our multiples. Your job now is to finish the practice sheets that we started, okay?